And we are recording. So, okay, chapter 2 was Sarah's story. So, tell me some things that stood out to you guys about Sarah's story. I highlighted all in my book, but, what for you guys was powerful? Anybody?
Well, I cried a lot reading it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really moving.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. What about it made you emotional?
Just how her faith and how she just never gave up and they just kept going and believing. It was very impressive. Yeah.
I thought it was cool how, I'm trying to find where it was. No, I can't find it. But how she was saying she prayed that God would give her more money than she knew what to do with. And she said she prayed that and 7 years later.
Right. 7 years.
Yeah, we want instant gratification, but God doesn't always answer our prayers when we want to, but he still answered her prayer because she remained faithful for those 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good point. It's so true.
I couldn't get over her husband's schedule that first year of marriage. She said that he worked at the competing gas stations and he worked one shift. Because I feel like my husband works really long shifts. Really he works a 10-hour shift but he has an hour and a half commute each way. And to me, that feels like a really long day. But reading her husband, I'm oh my goodness. He worked 7 to 5, came home and slept for 4 hours, and then worked a night shift at the competing gas station, and then went straight back and did it all over again. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were trying really hard to make ends meet.
Yeah, I think that was what was inspiring for me, is that they weren't those people that are taking advantage of the system. They're the people that are really working hard and just could not seem to catch a break. And I thought that was really good. Some of the things that I highlighted, it says your past does not have to define you, but it can be the fuel that drives you to succeed in this business. And I just thought that was really good, because there are so many things, that we have all gone through in our past that's our why. That's what motivates us to do what we do, in any kind of way. For instance, our why with John David, with the experience that we've gone through with his health, that is my motivation to talk to other moms. So, yeah. What else stood out to you guys? Am I the only one that writes in my book?
I wrote in my book.
So, I highlighted under the praying like Moses. She said, I was asking the Lord to be the giver. I wanted to be able to give as much as people had given to me, but I couldn't do that when we barely had food. I wanted to live on 10% of my income and give the rest of it away. That is good stuff right there.
It's the opposite of tithing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's incredible.
And then I also liked how the same script that she has in this book for us to use is the script that she created when she was doing her first classes. Out of all of her research, talking about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of oils. I thought that was good stuff. Yeah. So anyway, chapter 2 was just basically hearing her story, but why don't we talk a little bit about our story? What are the whys for us? Why are we taking the time to go through this boot camp? What do we want to get out of it? Like, what are some things that you guys want so that we know how to help you as well?
Anybody? Go, Jessie.
I'll go. I think for me, like, I a lot of times thrive when there's like a step-by-step like way to do things. So that she said, like, she said that a couple times, that, you know, this is a step-by-step book and it will tell you how to do things. It's not like an inspirational book, although I do like this too. But
yeah, but it's meat and potatoes. It's like point A to point B. Yeah.
And like right now with where we are in our season of life, like I feel like I was making that excuse that I don't have a lot of time, but I do have other jobs and I wish I could like only have Young Living, but I don't. And so her giving, like, saying how I was, you know, doing these classes and this is the time I was putting into it, but I was getting less than my other jobs. So
did Jessie freeze on y'all's screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's frozen on mine too. So Sherry, what is your why? What made you all of a sudden want to explore the business?
Just seeing how you guys are enjoying it so much and meeting other people, and, you know, just, I mean, I've been using them for a year now, so I kind of feel like I kind of have a little knowledge now, and I have been sharing a little more. So I guess just maybe to dig a little deeper and into it and just see what happens.
Yeah. Awesome.
She's back.
I don't know what happened.
You're still a little frozen. Oh, wait, there you go.
Yeah, you're in and out of being frozen.
Oh, this cat is frozen.
I might ask my husband if he'll switch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my husband if he'll switch rooms with me so I can be closer to the internet.
I was really excited about finding this book because I'm like you, Jessie. I needed the step-by-step. And I've been asking for that for a year,
ever since you started. Ever since you started for a year.
Last year. And I kept saying, show me the plan. Tell me exactly what I need to do, and I'll do it. And I wasn't getting that. It was just kind of like, oh, yeah, well, I've tried this. Give that a shot. But I even saying something like that, I didn't know how to go through with it. So I could, you know, yeah, try vendor shows. Okay, great. I'm at a vendor show. Now what do I do? You know? And
yeah, this is the first resource that we've come across that really does tell you, like, this is what to do, this is what works, and this is what to do, and this is how to do it.
Yes.
I mean, and that's why this is so huge, is because, I mean, Lindsay and I have been spinning our wheels for a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, I mean, this is really big to have it just in black and white right here. She's telling us what to do.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Yeah, extremely. I mean,
yeah.
Well, and this is not just our team. Like, across the board, everybody that I know with Young Living is doing this right now. And when this hit the market, they were beyond excited, and that's why it's the bestseller on Amazon right now.
Is it for real?
It's the top 3 on Amazon.
And Life Science Publishers just started carrying it.
Did it?
Yeah. Just got on. She's like psyched about that.
She's everywhere right now. I mean, it's huge for her, but it's because that's what we were missing. You know, that's what Young Living was missing up until this point. Is yes, it's nice to have the flexibility to do your business your own way.
Yeah.
But when you leave it that open-ended, people don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So this book is huge for that. So did either of you guys look at your calendar for April to see like when you could do a class?
I don't have a class planned for April, but I have one for next Friday night. Yeah. next Friday night.
Even better.
Awesome.
Good.
Have you been consistently following up with people and reminding them about the get-together?
Yeah, I have. And I have a couple people that are still like on the fence, but then I have, I think, like 2 of my people that are already on my team are coming, and then 2 people that are not yet are coming. So I have 4 people that are committed to it, and then about 5 or 6 people that are maybes. So
good job. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Are you going to do the script, Jessie, in the book, or?
I think I might do part of the script and then part of it just like share my story. Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah. So the script that's in the back of the book, I typed it up and I put it in a Word document and I uploaded it a while ago to our Biz Builders group, so that you can download it and type and edit and put whatever you want in there.
Okay.
Because it would be, I think I put both of the closings in there as well. So you could pick which one fits you better, or you can mold the 2, or, whatever. So you wouldn't have to hold the book. You would have, you could put it out and have it that way. What about you, Sherry?
Actually, my April is pretty much already booked because I also work another job on the weekends, and we schedule that pretty far in advance. So I might have to look at May, but I'll let you know when I get a good date.
Okay. You can also do weeknights and play around. So what I was doing at the beginning was every Friday night I had a class, every Friday night. And it just became routine and people knew about it. And so that worked really well for me. But
and she did Friday nights in this book. She did Friday
night, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So that works well. I'm planning on doing, now I forgot that I was doing this, so I haven't really advertised it, but I'm planning on inviting some people to Roma's and having pizza Friday night. So I'm just going to reach out to some people.
This Friday?
Yeah.
Oh.
But just make it super casual, not super big.
Yeah.
Hey, who wants to have some pizza and let's get together and talk? But I've had 2 people that I've reached out to many times message me this week about oils, like out of the blue. I haven't really. I mean, this has been a while that I've reached out to these people, and they're all of a sudden coming. So
they always eventually come around.
They do. It just has to be the timing that works for them. But as of right now, all of the packets have been mailed. So maybe follow up with your people in like a week, and figure out from there. We can talk about who's calling who, but I feel like you guys as leaders, if you've enrolled somebody, it would be good for you to follow up with them. And so in the packet, they got this little mini game plan book, which is the first 2 chapters. And so you already know what they're reading. You can see it. But they've got these first 2 chapters of the game plan book. And I sent them a little postcard on essential rewards. So this is one that Jenny and I have been putting in our new welcome packs. And then on the back, it just tells them all the benefits of essential rewards.
So Lindsay, are we printing those up and giving those to Tam? Like, are you?
I just ordered some more for me to put in those packets that I sent.
Can Jessie and Sherry use those, or how are we working that?
Absolutely, you can. I just we need to figure out how to pay for it.
Right, yeah. But it is a really good resource, because then you guys don't have to reinvent the wheel and go create something that we've already made that has a lot of information, if you want.
So this is what it says. It says, Essential Rewards is a great way to embrace the Young Living lifestyle. Each month, you swap out the toxic chemical-based products in your home for completely natural Young Living products. That's right. All the products you use to bathe, take care of your teeth, kids, or pets, clean your house, do laundry, or support your overall wellness through nutritional supplements can be replaced with Young Living products. let's take a look at the benefits of this loyalty program. You can customize your order each month, shipping date, products, etc. Months 1 to 3 earn 10% back in points. Months 4 to 24 earn 20% back. Months 25 plus earn 25% back. Points are earned on the PV of your order, excludes quick orders, and can be redeemed on any full PV products. ER orders qualify for reduced shipping and exclusive monthly promotions. Essential Rewards members receive special loyalty gifts at months 3, 6, 9, and 12. Can you believe you get all these perks by spending 50 PV a month on products you'd be buying from some other store anyway? Do other stores give you free stuff for buying their products? Seriously, no brainer. Scan the QR code to watch a cute little video full of 50 PV to 60 PV order ideas to get you started. So, and that's the little video that we made a couple months ago on Essential Rewards. So that's what they'll be getting in these packets. So hopefully it'll be a good way for you to, generate that conversation and say, what'd you think about that book? Or, did you have any questions about some of the stuff that Young Living offers? I don't know.
Well, just really quick, like from the book today, just from this chapter, on page 22, I just kind of highlighted, she said, she's talking about, how she really had to schedule these classes because she was already so stretched with her current job. And she said, in August, I taught 4 classes total. That was a commitment of 8 hours a month. I did another 2 hours of follow-up calls to people. That month, my check was enough for my mortgage payment and my oils. And she keeps just talking about how she did classes and follow-up, and that got her to platinum. Mm-hmm. She's not talking about doing Facebook posts, which I find very interesting. That's all I'm doing, really, and I'm just Facebook posting. And I'm getting some enrollments, but it's definitely nothing like what she was experiencing. So that is showing me, like, this is what we need to be doing. This in-person stuff works. And Lindsay has seen that. Lindsay, your first rounds of classes were huge. You had almost 100% enrollment. Yeah. And then that speed oiling event, that was another in-person thing. Huge success. Like, I'm starting to realize that this key to success with this business is in-person stuff. It could just be going to have coffee with a friend, but it's the in-person, like, real relationship stuff that's working for people.
It's getting out of your comfort zone too, because
especially for an introvert. That does not come naturally for me. Like, I want to do Facebook posts. Yeah. I want to do online classes. I don't want to but that's not going to work for me to get to the rank that I want to be at. I can't keep doing that. Yeah. And the follow-up too is huge. And she gave some tips. I've skipped ahead. Have you guys skipped ahead in the book? Like, I've already skipped ahead and seen, like, how she follows up with people. And I kind of took one of her pieces of advice today. And there's this girl that I enrolled last month, and I really want to get her on ER. And because I know she would love it. She's loving the oils. And I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to sell her more stuff. So I texted her and I was like, hey girl, this is a really good diffuser combo. I'm diffusing it right now. And I just was thinking about you, and I just wanted to make sure you knew about this combo because it's so, so good. And then, what did I say? I said, are there any, or how's it going with the rest of your oils in your kit? Are there any oils in your kit that you haven't used yet? And that was one of the things that I remember Sarah talking about in this book. Like I said, I've skipped ahead, but I took that because I thought that was a really good opener. It's not just a yes or no question. It's like, and so it got her talking. And then she eventually asked me, she said, hey, I'm thinking about getting a resource book. And I was like, oh yeah, you definitely need a reference book. And then she said, what are some other oils that you recommend outside of the kit? So I'm like, that worked, anyways, that's just kind of a success that happened today with just kind of following up with someone. And just a really easy kind of Facebook message thing. I didn't call her. I just Facebook messaged her. But
so on the side note of resource books, so for compliance, you're not supposed to have resource guides in your class with you, but they can be in another room.
Right, they can't be in the same room that you're having your class.
And you can sell them as long as you have multiple options. So like if you have more than one option for people, you can sell them. So like this little mini reference guide, I'm selling this for $5.
And those are really cute.
They're really cute and they're color.
Yeah.
So that's a $5 book that they can buy. A $10 book they can buy.
Now I just gave that little one to another person that just enrolled with a cat. I just gave it to her. But I showed her my pocket reference and my desk reference. She actually has them both right now. And I was like, look at these because these are like, way better than this little book. But this little book is good to keep in your purse.
Yeah.
But the other stuff is like good reading material.
Yeah. So you can have those at your class for sale. Or if you want to go the route of like telling people about an app that might be good, I think I screenshotted and put a good app that I just found about the girl, Jen O'Sullivan. Yeah, Jen O'Sullivan. She does a few Facebook groups. She's like really into the science aspect of it. And it's called, let's see if I can get that to show you. No, I can't. It's called the EO Bar, but on the main page, it talks about internal use, topical use, aromatic, safety, education, recipes, oils, favorites, and resources. So it's really got a lot of information, and the app is not free. It's a $6.99 app. But if people are asking you for information and you don't want to buy the books to have for sale, if you don't want that upfront cost, you can point them to that and it would still be a good resource for them. That's just a nice little app.
I just wanted to bring up just some points that I highlighted in chapter 2. But like we were going back to like saying, how like, we're all scared, especially to do your very first class. And I still have never held, well, that was with my mom. I have not held a class on my own yet. So I'm like really nervous to do an in-person class. I feel comfortable with Lindsay. I love teaching with Lindsay because Lindsay's a teacher and it comes naturally for her. So I feel more confident when I'm with Lindsay. And then I did a class at a natural grocery store here in Stanton with my mom. And so I felt comfortable because it's like my mom and she's into oils too. So I wasn't that nervous for that. But like to do one on my own in my living room, I'm like terrified. But I'm going to do it. I'm just nervous. But, Sarah was nervous too. She did radio for crying out loud. She talked to millions of people every day. But, obviously this was a different setting. She was going to have to be face-to-face, but she still did it. And so I noted that. I was like, she was scared, but she still did it. And then it just became more and more natural the more she did it. So I said, in the book, I said, it's okay to be scared. I'm like, it's okay. I have a feeling, just the more we do it, the more confident we'll be. Yeah. So, and she was scared her first class in all she sold 3 kits, she said. Yeah. And she was really scared. So.
And on that note too, like if you have classes that you've scheduled in advance and you want one of us to come co-teach with you or even just be there for moral support, let us know because we want to be there for you.
Yeah, seriously.
And take some of that, stress off of you. Not that, you can still do the class completely on your own if you want, but, just to have us there in case you
somebody asks a question and you don't know how to answer, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can do that. We just need to know ahead of time.
I thought too it was really interesting, or just a really good point to keep in mind that, you know, even though they were going through really hard financial times, like they still found a way to buy a kit. Her husband bought that for her birthday. And like, so that shows me that they saw value in the kit enough to save up that much money. That must have felt like a ton of money for them at the time. So I put in my book, I said, you know what? Everybody can afford this, because if they can afford it, anybody can. Yeah. But we have to help people see the value of it so that they can't give us that excuse, you know? We can't let the I can't afford it be an excuse, because, you know, everybody can. I mean, the value's there. We just have to help them to see that.
Yeah. And I think if you get somebody that says that, or, you know, you kind of coach people through it, like you could say something like, if you save $40 a month, you'll have this kit in 4 months, kind of thing. So I just feel like if you help coach them through that, it'll be a lot easier for them. You know, $10 a week for 4 months, and you get this kit.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever that looks like for them, but just to make that super achievable for someone.
Right, and just help them to see like the value. I mean, like for our experience, like my kit was a Mother's Day present. I mean, there was no way I was going to be able to get it without it being a present. It had to be a present. So, but anyways, I mean, within the first month, I mean, we saved more than $160 because there were 2 occasions where we didn't have to go to the doctor. One time for me, but for an earache. And then the second time was for our dog who had hot spots, because we were able to use an oil from the kit, peppermint, to help with his hot spots. We didn't have to take him to the vet. So, I mean, I tell people that, I'm like, I mean, our kit paid for itself within a month. I mean, we would have had to go to the doctor and vet, spend money on the, you know, the visit and the medication. So just helping people to see that value, you know.
Have either of you done the chapters in the workbook where you're writing out the stuff? Have y'all done anything in that?
I haven't.
No.
Okay, because that's a good little thing to collect your thoughts. So the chapter 1, they ask you to recap the top 10 reasons why you should launch your business. And so some of them you can get straight from the book. It's kind of like a place to take notes, but then also to personalize it, because they only gave us 8. So you could put your other things in there.
Like, I totally forgot about the workbook. So, like, I haven't been doing that either. So maybe we should be doing that, because I feel like maybe then we would have more have more stuff to talk about, like for these.
Yeah.
Instead of y'all want to do that? I like totally forgot about the workbook.
Yeah, I did too.
He sent it to me and I felt bad. It's like sitting on my dresser.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start writing in our workbook and then we'll hop on. Okay.
So I'll go kind of through the chapter 1 from last night. So like I said, the top 10 reasons were there, and then it asks you to write down your goals. And so write down the average income that you want and what it would do for your family and what changes you could make. And so
we need to go back to that. We need to do that.
Yeah, we do. And
okay.
So, you know, I put that I want to be gold rank by December of this year.
Okay.
And so that's then it says I will have an average income of blank a month, and if you look at the income disclosure, that's $6,000 a month for gold. And then when I attain that rank, I can And that gives you a bunch of blanks, all the things that you can do. So I can bless others in many ways. I can stop working odds and ends part-time jobs to fill in the gaps from quitting my teaching career. I can go to the chiropractor instead of just driving John David to the chiropractor. And then there's this thing that I would love to do called Learning RX that we heard about a couple years ago. That's like brain training. And I want to do that so bad, but it's expensive, so we don't have the money for it. And then 3 things on your ultimate bucket list. So you could write down those 3 things. And then on the last part of that chapter, it just gave you a whole blank page with lines called My Why, where you write down your why. Why do you want to do it? And then chapter 2, it was just 1 page. But your assignment was to write your story. So this is the beginning of your class, right? When you're telling your story, your why, how did you get into this? And so that's the nice part, is that this workbook is going to help you take the information that you're reading and personalize it so you can use it in your class. So Jesse, for your class that's coming up on Friday, when you're talking about your story, you can write that out, and then you have your thoughts collected, and you're not kind of just winging it. Even if you say it, at least you've kind of collected.
Or you already pre-thought it out, you've considered it, and you figured out, this is my why. This is how I got started. Yeah, just to write it on paper.
Yeah,
I need to do that.
Yeah, it says here, take some time to write out your story. Write down where you have been in bullet points. Share some of the hardest moments in your life. Then at the end, I want you to write in the largest letters possible, famine over, I am free. So, pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah. And then, I guess so, we technically have 3 homework assignments then, because y'all are going to go back and do chapters 1, 2, and then we have 3 for tomorrow. But chapter 2 is really short, and then chapter 3 goes into how to begin, how to get started. And they give you a few tips, and then they have your assignment, which is to prepare for your first class, which is photocopying the script, practicing it over and over. It says read through it 10 times over 1 to 2 weeks. On time 10, that's it. You're out of practice, and it's time to do it in front of someone. And then they've given you little check boxes for you to check. I've done it this time, this time, this time, this time.
Hey, Lindsay, what would you think about, because that chapter 1 in the workbook kind of sounds like a lot to process and write down. What would you think about our homework tomorrow night just being that, and we just get through that, and we come back and we all share. And then we'll just kind of move on. I know it's not I don't know. I don't want to overwhelm all of us with too much work. Yeah. I know we're all busy, but I think that would be huge. If we just all went and did chapter 1 in the workbook, that would be, come back to just share.
Yeah. And then we can catch up later in the week because the other assignments are really short.
Okay. Do y'all like that idea?
Yeah.
Just spending tomorrow just writing in the workbook? Okay.
I won't be able to hop on tomorrow. We'll be at my husband's Christmas present was going to a basketball game in DC, so we'll be in DC really late tomorrow night. So,
yeah. That's awesome. That'll be fun. Well, and so we're recording all of these, which is good. So you'll still be able to see the dialogue. Hi, Abby.
Hi. She's supposed to be in bed.
Oh.
Okay.
I know, as my kids are both in here doing all kinds of craziness. But yeah, so they're recorded. You'll get to see the conversation. And I know that Catherine said that she probably won't be able to be live on any of these because of their data. So she's watching them live and maybe can comment and keep up with us that way. So
yeah, and we just make, just keep yourself accountable. If you can't hop on and do these, just do the reading and the workbook chapters and,
Yeah, and at some point, we should look at, in the appendix, they have an Oilability Game Plan Accountability Worksheet. And so it talks about.
What page is that?
That's on page, well, it says 87. But, I'm in the little workbook.
Oh, okay.
But it's in the big book too.
Oh, it's 249 in the regular book.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So finding a partner and fill it out by the 25th of the month. So I think maybe we should do that. I mean, the 25th is another 10 days from now. So fill out this worksheet, maybe make a copy of it or something. And then we'll plan out, it says 4 to 6 classes, schedule that for the month of whatever. And then it goes over some of the hours. And then on the second page, it's giving you your business growth. So you can see which legs are growing, what your OGV growth would be, and which leaders you're going to work with that month, which I think is great. And it gives you places to write those dates down. Raising leaders, so making sure that as you talk to other people that you're getting just information in their hands. And then, yeah, you guys can read through there. Just, it looks really good. So I think at some point we need to find an accountability partner, and it could be anybody that's doing the game plan with us. So, Jesse, I don't know if you and Kirsten wanted to be accountability partners or whatever, since you guys are close. However we want to do it. I just think we need to, at some point, think about partnering up.
And Lindsay, are we kind of like adjusting this, we haven't talked at all about, what everybody's goal is. This is a pretty intense schedule, doing 4 to 6 classes a month. Like, maybe some of us are not that intense. Like, we just, want to get our oils paid for or something like that. So I think at some point we should talk about adjusting it to your goal. What do you need to do to get to that goal that you have? I just don't want it to feel too overwhelming, because just looking at it for me, like right now, looks pretty overwhelming to try and schedule 4 to 6 classes a month. But she's showing what she did to get to platinum.
Yeah. You can tailor that however it looks for you. So that would be the thing that you and your partner talk about is, am I doing 2 classes a month? Am I going to do 10 classes that month? Like, how does that look for you?
And I think, because going back to the intro, I know we're about to be out of time, but she just said, you know what, like, go ahead and just schedule your first class and do it, and then come back to the book, really, because a lot of the book is going to feel really overwhelming if you have never taught a class. So maybe we just need to focus on doing a class, because for a lot of people, including myself, that's a big step.
Yeah,
I agree.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we're less than a minute, so it's going to cut us off. So I guess, again, homework for tonight would be going back and doing your chapter 1 in the workbook so we can talk about that, and reading chapter 3 for tomorrow. So, yay. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Bye, Jessie. Bye, Sherry.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.